Well, good evening and Happy New Year to all our viewers. It is round 12 of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League. It's Waratah taking on PINT. I'm Ryan Sachs. I'll be joined alongside by the legendary Ian Butterworth. Ian, Happy New Year, mate. How are you?
Look, I'm well, thank you. And I must say that the teams now, this is the second half. This is the pointy end of the season, if you like, in the NTFL here in the top end of the Northern Territory. And the finals are on the horizon. We've got an interesting top 4, top 5, top 6, and you've even got the Tiwi Bombers in with a show.
Yeah, well, it's pretty evenly contested at the moment. Not much separating. Obviously, Tiwi sitting currently on 12 points, 8 behind Buffaloes. PINT sitting pretty in 5th position, I should say, with 24 points at 100%. Waratah, ladder leaders, 28 points, 194%. And Ian, though it seems like a bit of a gap between these two teams, I should say, back to round 3, Friday night classic. PINT get over the line against Waratah on their home ground by a singular point. Do we think that maybe something like that might happen again tonight?
Look, it's on the cards. One of the issues with PINT, as distinct from Waratah, I think you read out their percentage, something akin to 200%, which is fantastic after 11 rounds of NTFL footy. They have a noted goal kicker in Magro, whereas PINT sort of struggle a little bit. They rely heavily on Matt Ryan, the skipper, from centre half forward. Some of their crummers go okay, but it's nice to have someone to aim at. And whilst Magro is not a giant among men, but by gee, he can kick goals.
Absolutely, definitely a threat in this upcoming game. And we also just probably have a couple of other great matchups coming up. Of course, Connor McDonald, Kirby, great ruck duo, those two. Connor McDonald, probably the 4th best ruckman in the league thereabouts, and Kirby, of course, he's just one of those players.
Look, he's unfashionable, isn't he? He's not as tall. He'd be 193, 194, so he's up against it each week, but he's got a big body, a big frame, and more importantly, he's got a big heart, and he just never stops. Hates resting on the pine, wants to be on the field all the time, and that's where you want your ruckman. He is a big man, and he is just such value. And it'll be those two to take open us up. We've got on the left-hand side of the screen, and that'll be Arnold Kirby, number 18, the man now with his back to us, with his hands on his hips, playing for PINT. That's Connor McDonald, so it'll be McDonald and I reckon v Kirby.
Of course, also maybe not too sure if the viewers can get it through their screens at home, but there is a little bit of weather around, a little bit of thunder, but all adds to the excitement, Ian. It's going to be a fantastic contest.
Let's see. Let's hope that it passes around. Oh, I love the rain. I absolutely love the rain. And here we go. And it'll be Kirby. And it'll be McDonald. McDonald probably won the tap, got the second tap, got the third tap, got the first kick, kicks it forward, into the forward line, a big mark taken, and it is just 11 seconds on the clock, and PINT in with a show, left of centre, and that was Connor McDonald at his best.
Absolutely. I mean, we just discussed that matchup, that ruck matchup. It's going to be so vital. In this ground, it's probably a little bit shorter in comparison to most grounds, so if you move the ball quickly, you get to the other end very quickly. So.
And we mentioned the goal kicker, the major goal kicker, Matt Ryan, the skipper, the captain for PINT, and Matt Ryan, left of centre. He is a left footer. His brother, who plays at centre half back, he's the right footer. So it'll be just a little bit difficult for the left footer. Runs in, but should nail this. Kicks on goal, and I reckon he's kicked across the face and missed it. He's just missed it. So inside a minute, PINT open their account. They are 1 behind.
Would take that start. Good positive signs early on with that play style.
Should have kicked it though. Should have kicked it. Runs his full measure. Kicks it out. Big Kirby takes the mark. He will play on. Runs around the man in the mark. Switch. Looking. It's got to be precise. Not precise. PINT have the ball on the ground. Waratah defence. Through the agents there of Jack O'Sullivan, always strong in defence. The free kick paid, and it'll be the man we were talking about a little bit earlier, to Lewis Campbell Cossack. Both names synonymous with the NTFL. The Cossacks, we've had a few of the Cossack boys from Catherine, and Campbell, we always remember him. It's playing centre half back for Nightcliff, Tennant Creek. Waratah immediately take command. Joel Hillis. And there's our man, Stephen Motlop. The boundary line, I say it every week and I'll start off saying it, the boundary line is the defender's best friend.
Absolutely, but of course Stephen Motlop would love to make his mark on his game like he did in that Palmerston game
my goodness.
last year.
He had the ball on a string and he owned the game. Waratah take the tap, under defence, slipped over with the football. In dispute, centre half forward, and it is Waratah well in attack. Field umpire wipes a bit of perspiration off the football onto his shorts, and up they go again. McDonald won it again, kicks it down, the point clear. Handball out. Williams sells the dummy, goes inside because he was onto his non-preferred. Good defensive work there. Williams again has the footy. Part of a strong defensive area for Pint. Waratah have the football. Centre the ball. Series of handballs through the middle. Away they go. Field umpire finishes up on his backside. Mark taking it centre half back. And it'll be Waratah to Carlin. Scott Carlin switches, grandstand side. Back they go. Mucking around a little bit. They've got to be precise here. Liam Holt Fitz on the mark. Waratah to bring the ball forward. A busy player for Tars, Jack Hillis. Joel Hillis. Hillis onto the right boot. Up they go and over the back. Big mark. Probably touched by the man in front, Ryan, and a good call by the field umpire. I think that he got that right. So it'll be McDonald against Kirby. Kirby the bigger body. Kirby will give that to him. So it's 2-1 with McDonald in favour. Pint need to defend. Kick. Without looking, kicked it out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Waratah to take the kick on goal. Well within scoring distance. Right half forward. Man with a football. Abraham Anchors can play this game. As an Alice Springs connection. Wonderful player over a long period of time. Both here in the top end and in Central Australia. Anchors kicks on goal. Can't see too much there. And we're not quite sure.
Goes through for a behind.
Behind,
on the line by Pint.
Stephen Motlop.
So scores should be level.
A point each. Running it, yeah, good free kick. Field umpire. You missed the ball when you tried to handball it. And that might have been Ethan Penrith. Kicked it across the face of goal. Another lineup. Here's one of the Bottle Blonde Brigade. Bottle Blonde Brigade. It's a difficult thing to say. And it's Will Clark. Very good player. Five and a half minutes in, Clark to kick on goal. Within distance, man on the mark, 40 metres. Clark onto the left boot, kicks beautifully. The typical left footer, aren't they elegant? Off the boot, first goal on the game. 5 minutes and 40 seconds in, Clark gets it, and Waratah hit the front. 1-1-7, Pint, one behind.
Yeah, it was just a bit of an arm wrestle, I think, there for the most part of these opening, basically 6 minutes now as we just tick into that. But just good play there to centre the ball. Obviously, the previous play going through for a behind, he was smart enough to centre the ball there, and that was really good there. Good teamwork, and I think, obviously, with the celebrations we saw, Waratah, most of the team got around him, so clearly they came here to play in.
Well, and indeed they should. They're on 28 points together with with 3 other teams, so 4 teams on 28 points. It's must win for Pint. Pint through McDonald in the middle of the ground. Swings around, he rucks and he rows, swings around onto his right boot, goes to centre half forward. The defence of Waratah been good all season, and again this is no exempt. Dylan Collis kicks forward. Pint at centre half back, across the face of goal. Warwick Williams had a bit of it early. Williams goes back, got to be precise. is. Point will clear. They switch. They will clear. Not a very good kick. Immediately they're under pressure. The defensive Point have got to work overtime because of an errant kick and a poor decision, I reckon.
Yeah, I think, though, despite there is a bit of weather around, the ground looks pretty dry from our perspective, Ian, so skill issues shouldn't be that common, but it will cost you against Waratah. They are the top side for a reason.
They will swoop. Their percentage near enough to 200. They can defend and they can kick goals, so they've got it all stitched up, and their midfield's not bad either. This is Anchors. Sells the dummy. Goes onto the right boot. Gets forward. Defence through Motlop. Motlop goes back. McDonald slips over. An error in defence you can't afford. You've got to keep... He should have the long stops in. Probably has, but he slipped over nonetheless. And the ball's still in Waratah's forward area, certainly well inside their forward 50. They've had all of the opportunities. 1-1-7 Tars. Point, one behind, coming up 8 minutes into Q1. Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Over the back, McDonald gets it. Handballs to no one in particular. Point's got some work to do. Defensively, Point through Nathan Nolan.
Late call from the umpire, but the right one in the end, I reckon.
I think you're right. Yeah, it was a late call. Switched. Had a bit of it. Harrison Ma. Ma goes forward. Where's the footy? Waratah defenders on top again. Due to the defence of Waratah, they've had some work to do and done it nicely. Can't kick it. Well, they've kicked one goal. They've had it in their forward line. They go forward. Strong work. Got rid of it quickly. Motlop once again. He's had his hands on the football about half a dozen times already, so he's earned his salary so far. He probably has to pay to get into the game. So I'm not sure quite what his salary would be, but not much, I wouldn't imagine. 1-1-7. The 1-1-7 Tars. The Pointers, one behind. They've had their chances. Tossed in over the back. The chop out ruckman there, Toby Hutt for Waratah. Got in front, missed the footy. Defence under pressure. Spins. Arnold Kirby goes by hand nicely. Forward they go. Another nice one. Now the long kick forward. Out to Kirby. He's having a rest in the ruck, but he's not having a rest away from the footy. They pick him out. Hard man to miss. Big man, Arnold Kirby, goes forward. The mark taken in defence. Harrison Ma once again had a bit of it. Ma, nice kick forward. Still inside defensive 50 Point. Told to move it on. Gets it back to Ethan Penrith. Penrith further in defence. What's on offer? Not much. Magro waiting. Magro hasn't had a touch yet. Prolific goal kicker. Has been for 2 or 3 seasons with Waratah. The vice-captain, Jaden Magro. Waratah, this time, nice long kick. Over the back, can't take the mark. The defence of Waratah, supreme. Ball falls loosely. Warwick Williams looking for it, can't find the handle. Waratah defenders run and do it with consummate ease, gets on the left foot, and this is where they're breaking down, because equally as effective is the Point defence. Here they go. Looks for Williams. Gee, he's had a bit of it early. Free kick. Hanging on. That's why they have 3 umpires. And the free kick. Waratah in defence. Outside defensive 50, playing on the outer here at DXC Arena. Ball on the ground, Kirby in the mix. Point forward. Bit of slipping over, Ryan. That time it was Lachlan Cassidy. Slick handball out to Cassidy. Cassidy goes forward. No mark taken. In defence, Brad Ryan, brother of Brodie Motlop, onto the left foot. We know where he gets that from because I think his dad's a left footer. Well, probably still is a left footer. Premiership player with North Melbourne. Shannon Motlop coaching PINT, the Green Ants. Across it goes Will Clark, another possession for him. Terrible kick forward. Alex Pulling. Here we go. Lines up, kicks on goal. Keep your eye on that player. And
out of bounds on the full.
Oh, don't worry about him. So the player has to fetch the rubbish. Out to our left is all the action, the weather action.
Yeah, sun's still shining brightly from the sunset behind us, but the clouds are rolling in.
So therefore the west must be behind us. The westerly direction is behind us. And of course it is if the sun's setting out there.
Mm-hmm. Spot on.
PINT to bring the ball back into play. The rangy.
Oh, it's
I'm
yours, Ian.
I'm going to get a touch here.
But I'd just like to point out between Connor McDonald and Kirby, it seems like Connor's kind of owning the ruck contest at the moment, but everywhere else it's all Kirby at the moment. That's what it seems like. So I think McDonald's just got to follow Kirby a bit more. He's got the ruck supremacy, but can he do it around the ground?
Yeah, it's interesting to see where the chop out is because big Toby Hutt, Kirby in front that time, probably won the tap. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. Lachlan Cassidy had a bit of it early. PINT. Head down, backside up, playing hard, kicked it off the ground fortuitously and wrapped up in the tackle. And good decision by the field umpire. Ball slightly in favour of Waratah in their attacking area. Grandstand side. No one won the tap. Again, wrapped up. Field umpire, no option. Take two.
Yeah, but seems like a round 3 rematch all over again at the moment.
Everything's even, isn't it? The scoreboard, not so well. I mean, it's not much difference, is there? Waratah, Lair rising a little bit, forward. Lachlan Cassidy had a bit of it. Nice tackle. The tackling's been very good, and the tackling's been low. Nothing silly, nothing high. Up they fly. Ball on the ground, in dispute. And Jack Parker was dominant in defence there, as we see Mitch Palmer.
Spare number out the back for PINT.
Nice high throw, and it's got to be. Big battle. The secondary picked up that time by Sam Kelbfell. We call him often, he's such a tough player. On the non-preferred left was Liam Holt-Fitz. But can kick. Play on an advantage call. Good umpiring. Waratah go forward, but only as far as the rock at centre half back. The field umpire's called play on there for some reason. That's Harrison Marr once again. He's played well across half back. They want to go back. They want to keep the ball in defence. Again, got to be precise. Got to be extremely precise. We've got a big post in our way here from the camera. We might have to move that forward after the at quarter time. Ball on the ground, in dispute. PINT pick it up. Elliot Chalmers. And he just sweated on him, and the field umpire had no option. Wrapped him up, ball and all, and we'll have the bounce with PINT slightly in attack, grandstand side. 15 coming up 16 minutes. Waratah 1-1-7, PINT 1 behind. The goal kicker Will Clark for Waratah. Across the body, over the back, Brodie Motlop. The rangy Brodie Motlop. There's the brother of. Nice work. Brad Ryan. Such a rock in defence. Gets it out to Elliot Chalmers. Strong in the midfield. Chalmers across the face of the goal. I keep saying they've got to be precise. They've mucked this up. Waratah into attack. Kick to no one in particular, or I kicked on goal. No, minor score.
Don't want to make a mistake around Anthony Munkara. He's super talented.
So Waratah 1-2-8. 16 coming up 17 minutes. Quick play the ball. Back they go. Mark in the middle of the ground. Immediately hits the ground. Plays on Chalmers. Chalmers up forward. Who can take the mark? The defence of Waratah's reigned supreme. Ball in dispute on the ground. Gang tackle, but really had no prior and no opportunity. So the field umpire, a correct call, will ball it up, but PINT well in attack, left half forward. Grandstand side. Kirby in front. Man over the back. That time was Smythe, who might be the chop-out ruckman for PINT. Series of handballs. Got to be precise. I keep saying that, but they just must be in defence when they muck around instead of getting the ball forward, looking for the opening, looking for the set play, cross the face of goal. Ball in dispute. Waratah in control. PINT defence been equally as efficient. Ethan Penrith, together with Stephen Motlop and Warwick Williams, form a solid back line, and Brad Ryan, the big man at centre half back, is terrific. Benjamin Smythe, the chop out ruckman. Smythe goes forward, kicks it to the hot spot, but over the back, strong mark taken. Waratah have just got the ball on a string deep in defence. What'll they do? Looking out nicely there for Brodie Carroll. Carroll doesn't let him down. Goes outside with the hands onto the left foot. They've got a million left footers, but the kick is poor. Another left footer. That wasn't poor, that was a great kick. Kyle Kirk on the wing. Centres the football, goes in the corridor. Luke Partington across the face of goal. Partington, good player. Has been all season for the Pointers. Here they go, a handball their way out of defence. Wonderful. Slung after he disposed of the football. The umpiring on the ball, but we're only 19 minutes into Q1.
Can't imagine there'll be too much time given the one goal.
Brodie Motlop got a player wide. Ignores him. Harrison Marr, he's been a good player. Hasn't had the chance as we get the shelter up. I can feel a drizzle. With the wind favouring the Waratah end. Nathan Nolan looks for the ball out wide. Warwick Williams lets him down. Tackle. No free kick. Well umpired. Oh, high tackle there somewhere. Don't whinge, don't whine. Accidents don't count. Waratah have the footy. William Collis goes forward quickly.
Just a bit of panic from everyone with some drizzle coming down, but we're all good here.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire. Waratah in defence. They've got the wind, they've got the breeze. Pushed out of the contest that time was Toby Hutt. Play on called the umpire. Stephen Motlop. Chip, usually precise. This time is precise again. That might be Warwick Williams out there. Had a ton of the football. Williams kicks long. And I think the breeze took it. Out of bounds on the full. As the rain tumbles down inside forward 50. Make the most of it, Tars. Rainbow at night's a shepherd's delight. We've got a rainbow in the distance. And there's the siren. It is quarter time. Waratah leading 1-2-8. PINT 1 behind 1.
Yeah, it's just been a pretty good quarter so far. Very much the arm wrestle that we predicted it would be. But yeah, 7 points of difference in favour of Waratah. Things looking good for them now, but we'll be right back after this short break.
go for the run. It's the fire. It's the fire.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Played their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it's a little bit different, but you know what, we can't ask for anything more. The girls put their bodies on the line, and they went in and they went hard, and you know, some of it was unrewarded, but that's footy.
Well, welcome back, viewers. I know this is slightly inconvenient, but at the moment we are without a scoreboard just due to conditions. We've had to race around, just trying to get things settled in, but PINT with the quick clearance and a quick set shot in.
Yeah, and directly in front, and it won't be an easy kick, even though they've got a bit of breeze behind them. PINT kicking to the airport end in Q2. At quarter time, it was Waratah leading by 7 points, 128 to 1 behind. PINT, the perfect start. Matt Ryan kicks on goal, and like he did in the first quarter, misses to the left-hand side. So that's 2 behinds.
We do apologise. We will get that scoreboard back up as quickly as we can.
Ball brought back into play. Free kick. Waratah in defence. Kicks a goal here, particularly in defence. Onto the left foot, outside defensive 50. PINT in front. They'll get it, and that's Harrison Marr once again. Has been a good player. Marr goes to Motlop, Stephen Motlop. Motlop bangs the ball forward as he does, but a big strong mark at centre half back by one of the normal good players down there. And that'll be, might have been Brody Emboscado, his first touch. Started the game on the bench, tall defender.
Do apologise about that interruption, viewers. We are figuring it out. If some equipment's got wet, so they're working hard, but...
And I'm not touching anything.
Don't put the blame on me, but quick exit from Tars. Kirby with the spoil.
Ball on the ground, in dispute, wrapped up. Field umpire called play on. Good umpiring. Again.
Ball up, so yeah, it's going to be a bit of a scrap fest now. Ground's wet, everything's wet.
Field umpire tosses the ball up. Left half forward, PINT in attack. Handball. Tars out of trouble. Favour the outer. On the ground. High tackle, free kick. And the man who's played pretty well, Joel Hillis, for Waratah, takes the free kick. Hillis lays it off. Nicely. Tars in attack. Can they use it? No, they can't. Not quite yet. Warwick Williams going to get tackled. Kicks the ball. Kicks under pressure. hard at the football. High tackle in there. Probably a high tackle and a sling tackle. But no, he threw the ball away. Pint will clear. Brad Ryan. Motlop. Stephen Motlop. I've got to... is there a couple of Motlops out there? There's one coaching. Stephen Motlop goes forward. Finds Elliot Chalmers. Chalmers forward. Finds Harrison Marr. Marr lays off by hand. You can see the 50-metre arc there, not quite there. The defence of Waratah needs to be on top of this, and they are. Series of handballs out. That time it is Jack O'Sullivan. Sullivan, he is such a reliable defender. Forward they go. Handball. Kick on goal. Keep your eye on this. And he's kicked the goal. The left footer.
Couldn't quite snuffle who that was, but just really good ball movement there from Tars, especially in these kinds of conditions. Super wet. And of course, actually, both Pint and Waratah are tied at the best disposal efficiency at the league at 74%, Ian. So both of those stats getting tested to their limits at the moment in these conditions.
Back in the middle. Arnold Kirby in there. Waratah. 2-2. Pint yet to register a goal. A couple of shots on goal. Kirby. And he's up against McDonald. Pint this time go forward. Waratah defence has been up to it. Free kick given away.
And as the rain starts to settle down now, big shot on goal for Pint. They need this.
Matt Ryan, the left footer, has 2 behinds to his name. Pint on the scoreboard have 2 behinds.
Needs this. This is the captain's goal that they need.
Well, it is. Pretty much directly in front. It is gettable. Got a hefty left foot. Ryan, the skipper, kicks on goal. This time he misses to the left-hand side. So 3 shots on goal, 3 behinds. Pint on the outer. No mark. Mark is dropped. Series of handballs. Had one option, ignored him. Went to the corridor and probably shouldn't have gone to the corridor. And this is probably the best player on the ground so far. Pint on baller, Warwick Williams.
And the crowd love this guy, Ian. They love him a lot.
Former Wanderers player. And it's been a revelation with Pint this year, together with Stephen Motlop down back. Ethan Penrith has been another great defender for the Pointers, with, of course, the big right footer, brother of the skipper, Brad Ryan. But it's Warwick Williams. All eyes on Williams. Williams kicks on goal and slipped off.
Hits the post out on the full.
Hit the behind post.
Accuracy.
They cannot buy a goal.
No, they can't, Ian. You're right. They've got the territory, though. They just need to capitalise now.
Waratah. Big long kick outside defensive 50. Matt Ryan down there. A series of handballs. Task go clear. Mark taken centre half back. That should be 50. Knocked the ball out. Anchors. Don't know why that wasn't 50. Switch. Stephen Motlop. Usually reliable on the right boot. Here they go, the rangy player out there. That time is Toby Hutt. Ran into a wonderful tackle. How did he get rid of the football? Not quite sure. under huge amounts of pressure. Kick on goal. Waratah in the ascendancy. They've got plenty of crummers down there, Tars.
Absolutely, just a sea of red on the screen.
Jaden Magro's down there. Brodie Carroll. Handball out. Big kick on goal around the body. Out of bounds, left full forward. Tars well and truly in control here. They lead Tars. Couple of goals. Point so far goalless.
11 points the difference. It seems like they've got their scoreboard working here at DXC, so 11 points in the favour of Tars. Quick exit.
So the rain has settled. The rain has gone. Boundary umpire. McDonald, Kirby, big body, left hand got the football, knocks it to his player. It's willing, isn't it? But played in good spirit. Hard at the football there is Alex Pulling, has had a good game. Ooh, kicked the ball and kicking in danger, free kick. Field umpire, well done. Stephen Motlop, not paid the advantage, not sure why he wasn't paid the advantage. He chose to play on. Kick out wide. Point seemed to have the advantage in pace. Flipped out Jaden Magro, ever alert, but Jaden Magro in defence. One of the competition's leading goal kicker, and as he gets up, he was gang tackled. He says, I'll have a piece of this. I can't kick a goal from here, but I can stop one.
Great play, here he is.
Kirby got the tap again. Kirby seems to get his hand to the football now, whereas McDonald dominated early. See if you can keep an eye on that player. No score. Ball deep in defence, Pint in attack. About 15-20 metres around from their goal at right full forward.
Yeah, I think that was Benjamin Smythe there with the quick ball to boot. Another good opportunity here for Pint. If they can nail their chances
in front, Connor McDonald knocks the ball down defensively, which is what the ruckman should do, and the ruckman did do. So we'll have the field ball up. They won't bounce, they ball it up. Same two combatants. McDonald got a fingertip to it. Throws the ball out. The defence of Waratah working overtime. Centre half forward, Mark Taken. Now he's had a fair bit of the footy but cannot kick a goal.
No. Needs something from nothing. Long ball to the top of the goal square. Trickles through for another behind in 0-4 for Pint. 2-2 Waratah. Getting their shots on goal in, but it's just not going through the big sticks.
It is not. Tars to bring the ball back into play. Kick, lovely long kick outside defensive 50 on the outer here at DXC Arena. But Pint, they will not give up. They have a crack. Same amount of scoring shots. A kick off the ground. Pint defence once again. Strong. They can stop goals and they can kick goals, Pint. That's why their percentage is close to 200. Here we go. Slip the ball out. Again, the defence of Waratah. Working overtime. Ball out of bounds on the wing. Stephen Motlop can't bring it back. A couple of the Waratah players haven't had much of the footy. Dwayne Keranu has won. Small forward. Probably not the right conditions for a small forward, although the ball's going to drop. It's going to be on the ground, so the small forwards have got to earn their keep. Short throw in by the boundary umpire. Should have been called back. The ruckman had no chance, neither ruckman. Perhaps they should settle themselves closer to the boundary umpire, that one in particular. Lachlan Cassidy, been strong.
Yeah, just kind of continuing with that arm wrestle at the moment. Probably more thanks to the conditions rather than anything else. But yeah, PINT still looking for that major.
Kirby throws his opponent out of the way, and the field umpire said, "No, that's not according to Hoyle," and so the free kick will go to Connor McDonald. Well, it was the chop out ruckman. PINT, go further forward. No mark taken, which is what you'd expect under these conditions. The ball like a cake of soap. Big strong man there in Joel Hillis. Been Waratah's one of their better players. A fumble, you can't afford a fumble. Ball on the ground, cleverly off the ground, toward the boundary line. And the boundary line will win. What's the field umpire going to do? No, throw it in, please. Some big bodies out there, which is what they need. Warwick Williams lurking. Kirby won the tap again. He's taken over control in the ruck. Williams he just cannot find the handle. Warwick Williams, unfortunately for him and for PINT, he's been terrific. In dispute, Anthony Munkara, he can't find the handle either, but he's not Robinson Caruso. Ball on the ground. Big Arnold, he can. He doesn't care. Warwick Williams this time takes the mark. Sells the dummy. We'll go backwards.
Oh, dear.
Silly. Dragged off the football. Good umpiring. Took the roll forward. Waratah. Further forward. This might be kick in, top of the square. Who's there? Waiting for it.
Lachlan Cassidy, and he elects to go to the
he
top
ran
of the goal
around
square.
Top of the goal square, and defensively, the Pinters, they're too good. He probably should have had more of a crack there. Brodie Motlop, he's got it. Second effort was pretty good. Motlop swings onto the left boot, goes to the wing on the outer. Handball out of defence. Arnold Kirby is everywhere. Just taken over in the ruck. Kirby, pinpoint accuracy, goes forward. And the mark, if it was not a mark, it's a high tackle. No, play on call the umpire, probably a correct decision. She was much closer. 3-on-1 here. Another Waratah player comes in and just takes control. Who is it? Jack O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, he goes forward, looking out there for William Collis.
Out of bounds and will be thrown back in, but yeah, it's been very much the arm wrestle, so can assume there's probably not too much time left. We are working on getting that back up as we speak. Apologies for all the viewers.
It's slowly coming back to reaction, isn't it? That was a tap that time to McDonald. The ruck tap, very good. There were a series of handballs, but they've mucked it up. Been strong out there is Dwayne Keranua. Over the football. Hasn't had much of it. Lovely defensive tackle. Picked up. Kick on goal, and there's another goal.
Just trying to find who that is. Is that Will Clark in there? Ian? No, 23.
23 it is.
Tyson McKenzie.
Tyson McKenzie, very good. So that gives Waratah a distinct advantage, doesn't it? So Waratah go to 3-2. Waratah 3-2.
Yeah, just working through the scores at the moment. Slowly but surely we're getting them back. But yeah, 3-2 in favour of Waratahs to 0-4 for PINT.
Kirby, Tom McDonald. Got his fist to it. Oh, gee, they're good in defence, Waratah. They just let nothing through. It is watertight down there. Nice hand over the top, Lachlan Cassidy. Been very good. Cassidy gets it out. Warwick Williams. He's been equally as good for Pint. Mark Pade. Just inside forward 50. Will take a Herculean effort. Ball on the ground. Ball in dispute. Ball out of bounds. Left full forward Pint. Their first real chance, I reckon. They've got to kick a goal. They must kick a goal as we're closing in on half-time. Waratah 3-2-20, Pint 4 behind. 16-point lead to Tars. You reckon we're closing in on half-time?
Gotta be. Ball's been flying around a fair bit.
Handball. Kicked off balance. Jack Gleeson. They've got a few Jacks down there in defence. Jack Gleeson. Jack O'Sullivan, that's Waratah in defence. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. Well done, Lachlan Cassidy. Been a good player in the clinches. Cassidy helps to get the ball forward. The rain stopped. I don't know what that is, but the rain stopped. Pelting down, Motlop sells the dummy. Ball knocked out. Silly, running into an open goal and sells the dummy. And the same thing.
What is going on?
Yeah, lovely defence. Ethan Smith.
Just got to settle things down now.
Yeah, trying to play dry weather footy. And I reckon it's raining.
Couldn't tell things.
No. I reckon it is. I know these things. Ball kicked across goal. Not sure why. Ball in dispute. Gee whiz, he got swung and flung off the football, Lewis Campbell-Cossack. Second effort pretty good, Campbell-Cossack. Still on his hands and knees. Well done to the young man. Jack O'Sullivan kicks the ball off the ground. Pint defending grimly. 1 against 3, and I reckon the boundary line might win there.
Just for a correction for all the viewers, do apologise that it was Will Clark who kicked the previous goal for Waratah. Apologies to everyone, not Tyson McKenzie, Will Clark.
So Clark has got 2 goals. 2 of the 3 which are crucial, of course, in a low-scoring game, or at least at this stage. At least there's no thunder, no lightning. Pint. Footy is a wet weather game. Not 15, yeah. Good call by the field umpire. Picked up that time by Lachlan Cassidy. We've called him often. Cassidy, been a dominant player. See if you can pick up where he plays if we get a centre bounce or a bounce, please, Ryan.
Absolutely. We'll keep an eye on it.
A free kick. Ride 'em, Cowboy. Now, where are we? We're at right half forward.
Just inside the forward 50 for Tars, I reckon. So, massive shot on goal.
Will Collis. There's the siren. It is close. Well, in fact, it is half-time. Collis to kick after the siren. Can nail this. Top of the table, Waratah. Playing 5th place, Pint. Collis to kick on goal. He is one of the plethora of left footers. Distance will be an issue. Distance was an issue. It is half-time. Waratah 3-2-20. Pint 4 behinds. Goal scorers. Will Clark has a couple. Brodie Carroll has 1 for Waratah. And there are no goal kickers for Pint because they are no goals, 4 behinds.
Yeah, well, Ian, it's wet season footy at its absolute finest at the moment, but we will be right back after this short break.
Comprehensive car insurance. If you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Head on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
So we're here on a Friday night for our NAB AFL Auskick, where we run a girls only option and the kids are pumped, ready to rock and roll and have some fun with the footage.
We signed our daughter up for Auskick because her big brother did Auskick last year and she just loves it. I thought signing her up for a girls only group would be a great chance for her to kind of be with some friends in a comfortable environment.
The thing about a girls only team that I think Zoe really enjoys is that she gets to run around with like-minded girls. They get distracted, they do cartwheels, they hold hands, they sing. It just makes it a bit more of a fun experience.
I like Auskick because I get to play with my sister. We love Auskick!
A number of parents have asked if their daughter has to be in your girls group, and they don't. There will be some girls that will naturally just gravitate to brothers or cousins and join the boys group and have just as much fun if it were to be single sex. So yeah, there's definitely options there every Friday night.
My girls just love interacting with the other girls here. They love kicking a footy, they love learning the skills, and they love the hot dog at the end. I love joining in with my girls. I actually can't help myself, and I love to see the skills not only of my kids but of the other kids in their girls only group really developing over the clinic.
Evie just loves playing the games, learning new things. She'll be doing it then for the rest of the weekend, doing her favourite kicks, telling us how many goals she kicked on Friday night.
The best thing about Auskick is that it's really fun. It's lots of fun for them.
Yeah!
Gets it out wide, and Saints going forward now, and a player out in some space deep out wide is by Ted Castle. He swings around on the right boot now, drills a pass in towards the goal square, and Nate Paredes has read that perfectly. He was there all by himself right on the goal line, and a pretty easy goal in the end. But now Chirkwin, who's run down from fullback, gets on the end of the hand pass, kicks long inside forward 50, a beautifully weighted pass, finds Calder. Calder's got players running into the goal square. He goes out wide, and Paredes it is. He swings around. That might have gone all the way through if it's not touched on the line by his teammate. It's not. It's forward, and once again it was Paredes who'd worked forward. Carson Cantilla just smashes that one forward, and Brendan Cantilla runs onto it, bounces twice, kicks long towards goal from centre half forward, and there's an answer within seconds from Tiwi. So goes by hand off to Darley, and Darley kicks short towards half forward. Babui's there. He gives it back to Darley, who kept running. He kicks long towards goal now. I think this one's going to go all the way. It is. And just gets over the line, beats the St Mary's defenders, and Sam Darley gets on the board. A ball up about 20 metres out from the Saints goal. Holder doing the ruck work this time, gets it out wide. Dylan Land on the right boot, snaps it towards goal. And it's gone through. Long inside 450. Jackson Calder once again got good position, but spilt the mark. Got the hand pass out to Jack Lant. Saints have got a couple of players running towards it. Jack Lant's kick bounces in the goal square, and just taken down there by Mason Stass. Swings around onto the left boot and bangs it through, I think. The Saints go out of side of the ground this time. The mark spilled out there, but hand pass comes over the top. Stanley Tipalura is in a bit of space inside 50 now. He kicks long towards goal. And, I think this one's better. It is. Not sure what happened there. Play stopped, but over the top. Potts gets a hand pass forward. Now a swooping hand pass over the top. Here's a chance for Tiwi. Running into the open goal with a bounce from deep in the pocket. This kick towards goal is good. I'm not really sure who the player was, but that was good use of the ball by Tiwi going forward. Back of the marking contest. Ground level Poor Jimmy just struggled to pick it up, but now it's a quick kick forward down towards goal. It's gone all the way through for a Tiwi goal as the Saints player down. I think that's Churban, might have Mary's. Might be done. And the ball back into play. Goes straight up the middle of the ground. And he finds Tippermantameri. Tippermantameri goes long down towards half forward. Here's a chance for Tiwi as running onto it is Roy Farmer. Roy Farmer straightens up, kicks towards goal. And just straightened it up inside that left-hand goalpost.
The game has been called off by the match managers at the ground. Unfortunately, the Lightning is just far too close for the action. Unfortunate due to this game now being cancelled and per the rules, Tiwi Bombers will be awarded the 4 points with a 6-point win, 8-11-59 to St. Mary's 8-5-53.
Bowden, another left footer. This time goes back. Bowden, we normally see him down back. Waistcoat, up he goes, and it takes the mark to juggle. 1-2, came off the hand. Waistcoat over his left shoulder, and Stanley Waistcoat, the first goal of the game, 3.5 minutes in. Kura, up they go, ball on the ground, in dispute. Kicked off the ground at the shot of goal. Running around and into an open goal. Wonderful, wonderful work there. Michael Mummery has the goal. Kicked 5 last week. He's underneath the ball. Couldn't take the mark. Matthew Dennis. Nice handball out. Handball over the top. Waistcoat does it beautifully. Stanley Waistcoat gives it to Matthew Dennis. And thank you very much. The quick reply. Got plenty onto it. Got plenty on it. Over the top. The defence. Wanderers in the forward half, on the outside of the boot, in their forward line. Dennis over the back in the Schwarz direction, taken high in the tackle, play on, ball comes out. Big Cox kicks on goal. I reckon Cox has nailed this. He's kicked it out of his you-know-what, and he's nailed it on the non-preferred left, the right footer.
Looks like he's going to go a drop punt here too, so... Goes the check side.
Oh, it's a wonderful
That's
kick.
a great
How
goal.
good was that? Missed. Or was it a goal? No, it's a goal.
I think it was a goal.
Yep. What's he got? Goes to a leading player there. Pushed out by Matthew Motlop. Anderson over his shoulder. And I reckon Anderson's kicked that. Jed Anderson, he has 3, all in this second term. No free kick. Kick on goal. Across the face. Big chance here. Lovely kick inside. Picked up by Cabillo, and Cabillo goals.
That was just beautiful attacking work from Wanderers there.
After disposal, Waistcoat lurking. Ball on the ground. George gets it back. Spots a teammate. Running into an open goal. And I reckon he's got it. He has got it. That's Michael De Jong on debut. Got a goal for Southern Districts. Well done to him. Gets the ball out in the direction of the goal. Still in the corridor. No high tackle. Should have knocked the ball out. Anderson says, give it to me. I'll get it. I'll take it. And has 5.
Loves that end. He kicked his...
33 seconds, into the term, and he's got his 5th. Looking forward. Over the back. No mark taken. We've got to work harder in defence, easy as you like, and that's number 6. I reckon that's number 6, and that was Jed Anderson fighting each other to get to the football. Bowden had time to turn onto his left, and the chance to kick number 10.
Goal number 10.
Protractor out, get the protractor out, is about 1 degree off centre, and he nails it for number 10. Bowden. Braden McLean. There's the siren. 23-16, 154. Terrific effort to Wanderers. 6-6, 42.
mucked them up a minute ago. Antonio James now, maybe not the right decision. Trying to get the ball out was Loftus, but he's under pressure. Brody Philo picks it up, puts it on the right. And finally a goal in this game at the 8, nearly 9 minute mark of the first quarter to Brody Philo. Stokes handballs off to Matty Campbell. Campbell's kick is punched away. Nightcliff have it. Shot on goal now again by Roger Morris. It's gone over the top of hands, and that should be a second goal for the Tigers. Roger Morris. Stokes with the handball out. Just can't take possession there. Drop ball by Buffs. Tackle pressure now. Tigers with it. Moody running into goal. Kicks it, punches the air, and the Tigers have got their third goal on the board to Zach Moody. Now by Loftus. Joey Collison swings around, but front position, Nightcliff Tigers doesn't take the mark, and a good tackle there. Collinson gets Loftus again, gets it back, takes his time, kicks it, and he's kicked a goal, and the Buffaloes have kicked the last 2 in a row. Getting the kick away, Xavier Grant, he slung as he kicked it. I think play on was the call, so Tommy Clark gets it across to Palmer. Palmer has a shot on goal now. Buffs have kicked 3 in a row, and they've hit the lead for the first time in this game at 18-minute mark of the second quarter. Little chip kick now. They've done this all night, finding Loftus. Loftus kick misses Tommy Clark, picked up by Jake Twycross. Sends it through for a goal. Just what the Tigers needed, Buxy. But picked up by Capera, gets a kick away as he's tackled off the ball. Must have been touched because the umpire said play on. Kicked now by Twycross. Gone through for a goal, so Tigers with the opening goal of the third quarter. Behind Nicky there, picks it up, handballs backwards in the goal square to Moroney, who gives it back to Nicky. Gets his kick away, but only as far as
Well, welcome back, viewers. Round 12 of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League season. A clash between first and fifth. It is wet season footy like you've never seen it. Ian, we've got the scoreboard back.
We have got the scoreboard back, and as we can see, it's interesting. PINT at half-time haven't managed to kick a goal. Certainly, the skipper there, Brad Ryan's, had 3 direct shots and hasn't got one yet, obviously, because they haven't kicked a goal. But Waratah have kicked 3-2 at half-time. Even though PINT haven't kicked a goal, they only trail by 16 points, which is insurmountable in modern-day football. But maybe the weather, although the skies have cleared. No, not quite. Is it raining? It is raining, as we can see.
Well, we're getting a perfect example of the skills at the moment on screen, but good to see all the families out and about, still at the footy. Pouring rain on a Saturday night. It was pretty good conditions earlier today, nice and cool, bit of cloud around, but no, it's the heavens have opened again, Ian, on us, but yeah.
So what do PINT need to do to get back? I mean, their defence is holding up. And it's been the same all season because their percentage is pretty ordinary when you compare them against the top 4 teams. The team are sort of snapping at their heels are the Darwin Buffaloes. Their percentage is not all that flash either, but PINT need to find an avenue.
Yeah, you're right. PINT currently sitting at 100% base, nearly exactly about 44% behind Nightcliff in 4th place, obviously, per the results later tonight.
But it really is that 6th place, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely spot on. But I think what you're saying about PINT, they're key to getting back into this game. I think it comes with Warwick Williams, actually. He's been floating around. He's got plenty of the ball so far, but I think he just has to go that step further now at this point. It just seems like it's going to be orchestrated all through him, Ian, so it's got to come from him.
Do you want him to play he and perhaps Stephen Motlop off halfback? Do you want them to play selfish footy?
Well,
get it forward at all, and just the weight of numbers, get the ball forward, get the ball forward, get the ball forward.
Well, I think in the rain, it has to be a territory battle. It has to come from... It just has to go forward. As often as they can get it there, it has to go forward. And I think, obviously, you just mentioned Stephen Motlop. I think also what he did against Palmerston all those weeks ago, it has to be something he's got to recreate now. It can't be, obviously, just Warwick Williams. And I think their ruckman, Connor McDonald, has also maybe just gone a little bit missing in that second term. Was pretty good that first quarter, but second term just kind of fell away a little bit.
It was all Arnold Kirby, wasn't it?
And he's really having an influence.
Well, he has, because when he gets it, he taps it to advantage.
But I think across the board from both sides, you could almost argue that it's been a quiet game for a lot of players. I mean, obviously the rain has taken full effect, so don't really blame them. But yeah, just looking for some standouts now. Who can actually be clean? Because I think over the course this whole season, we haven't had very many games affected by rain. Of course, probably the most recent being that Tiwi Saints one in the last round of last year where Tiwi got over the line due to the lightning rule. Obviously, that won't take place in this game, which is fantastic for footy. But yeah, just who's going to be the cleanest in the rain?
That man, just going off screen now, Jaden Magro, is one that hasn't really, I'm not sure whether he's had a possession, but certainly hasn't kicked a goal. The goal scorers in the game so far, we've got Brodie Carroll has one, and Will Clark a couple of goals. So they've been the ones that have got on the board. And I don't want to harp too much on it, but gee, Brad Ryan, the captain, we need he needs to straighten up. He's had plenty of the football playing at centre-half forward, the toughest position on the ground to play. He's had the footy, but he's missed three. That he should have got two of them.
Absolutely, and I think looking at the stats here, some probably key stats as we go into this second half. PINT ranked second for both 1%ers and spoils, so I'm sure that will come into it at some point. Waratah ranked third for 1%ers and spoils.
So obviously not much in it.
No, absolutely not. So they know they can really do the work. It's just about capitalising, being clean. Can they do that?
16-point lead to Waratah, 3-2-20 PINT, who we're playing at DXC Arena, the home ground of the Pinters. On the right of the screen, number 18, we see Connor McDonald and his direct opponent. We just can't quite see him yet, but I reckon it will be Arnold Kirby. Lachlan Cassidy, we see with the bald head just on the left of the screen there. Not sure whether it's a bald head or whether it's a shaved head, it doesn't matter, but he's had plenty of the football. He's got 2 ticks so far, and it's only half time, so he must have played a good game.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Kirby. McDonald, ball flipped out. First goal, key, crucial. Another big player there, Joel Hillis, has been very good for Waratah. PINT have the football through Nathan Nolan, been all right. Magro kicks and misses. We've got a blank shot there on the screen. Stephen Motlop disappears.
Waratah 3-3-21 it should be.
3-3 Waratah. Kick the ball back in. Ball falls a bit short. Working overtime. Out they go. McDonald goes by hand. Looks out there for a teammate in Kyle Kirk. But the Waratah defence just been so good all night. But PINT clear the footy. Forward they go. Ethan Penrith can't take a mark down forward. Waratah will switch. I'll favour the grandstand side. Looking out there, couldn't take the mark. Probably should have made a better effort than that is Tyson McKenzie.
Well, good news on the radar, Ian, is that the rain is moving away. So.
Oh, we love the rain. We love the rain. It's the nectar of the gods. Can't live without fresh water. Boundary umpire on the wing, tosses the ball in. Kirby pushed off the contest. McDonald rucks. McDonald roves, goes across his body forward. Gee whiz, the big ruckman, they've had their moments. McDonald ruled the first quarter. PINT running around, got to defend hard. Kick on goal, and I reckon, has they got their first? No, they haven't. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. Waratah defence dragged off the footy. Fortuitous mark there, taken that time by Abraham Ankers. Started the game off well, Ankers. We know his form across both of the major footy Codes in the Northern Territory. Brodie Motlop. The rangy Brodie Motlop. Yeah, play the mark, and he did, or the field umpire did.
Ooh.
Elliot Chalmers.
Wasteful effort there just to go back out wide. It wasn't on. But just got to hold the ball up in these situations when it's wet like this.
You can't afford to play fancy footy. Dry weather football, out. Because as we can see, it's still raining. McDonald pushes his opponent off the footy, and that is Hutt this time. Swings around, kicks onto the left.
Another behind.
Stephen Motlop's got to fetch his own footy. Jumps the fence once, jumps the fence twice. Very agile still, the young man. And disappears. Motlop.
Takes a bounce. How about that in the rain?
It's a confident effort. Bangs the ball outside defensive 50. No mark taken. Ball on the ground, which is not surprising, is still slippery. Like a cake of soap. Waratah. The reigning premier Waratah, so we expect something from them. There he is. Jaden Magro kicks on goal.
Nailed it.
And he has. Again, the ball disappeared from view, but Magro kicks on goal. That's his first goal of the game. But importantly, it opens the goal scoring in this third term. Waratah move on to 3-4-22, 4-4-28, 24-point lead over the Pointers. No goals and 4 behind. Jaden Magro swoops, and that's all he needs.
Yeah, well, you spoke about him just before the start of the third quarter, about he's got to be the one to lift for Waratah, and it's like he heard you in. He's just made an impact already, adding to his already very large goal tally for this season.
He's interesting, and it's interesting that Waratah rely on him. St Mary's rely on Calder, and certainly Brander is relied on very much by Southern Districts. The key forwards are the focus. Here they go. McDonald won the tap. McDonald again rucked. McDonald roved, kicks the ball forward. They need a goal. That's an understatement. Dragged off the footy. No, the defence of Waratah has stood firm all night. Away they go, and the mark taken at that time. PINT swings around. Robbie Barton. Batu.
Free kick being paid. Not too sure which way it's going at the moment. Waratah free. So they'll get away with one here, Tars.
Alex pulling. Deep in defence. 5 minutes in. PINT. Kick it forward. Nice kick, nice mark taken that time by Benjamin Smythe, the chop out ruckman. But again, silly play. Connor McDonald tried to take the mark, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. This time, Brodie Carroll. The left footer. Did he? No, he wasn't. He's got to use his pace. Hasn't had much of the football. Stephen Motlop uses his pace and his nous and his precise kicking. Warwick Williams pay the mark. Play on called the umpire. Hutt over the football, the big man for Waratah. They're not afraid to put their head over the footy. Kirby kicks it forward. Nice mark taken, Pulling. Played a good game, Alex Pulling. Kicks forward. Finds a teammate. Will Collis further forward. Waratah just backward of the centre. Still 2.5 kicks out from goal. Not sure what that was in aid of. He towed the football. Now they've got to do it all over again. The Waratah defence. Anchors. Sells the dummy. Gets the ball out wide. Goes wider. Will Clark. Goal kicker. Has 2. Gets the ball forward. Picks out a teammate. Robbie Barty. Gee whiz. Ball knocked front and square. And just missed to the left.
Might be the behinds that get Tars over the line at the moment, but Pint need to get something on the board right now.
Motlop. Will he have another run and bounce? Normally he runs a metre, bounces. This time he doesn't. Goes with all his might. Looking for McDonald in the McDonald direction. Good umpiring. Williams. Ball smothered. That's courageous when they smother the football off the boot. Good work in defence. Magro couldn't take the mark. Get it out wide. Hasn't had much of the football this time. Here's Liam Holt-Fitz. Strong mark taken. Mitch Palmer. Palmer goes by hand. Gets it for big chance. This time Ethan Penrith.
Oh, they need this, Ian. They need it.
Pretty much directly in front. What's he doing?
Gives it off. Oh.
Gives it off to Warwick Williams. Warwick Williams runs his full measure and misses.
Another behind.
Why? Well, I mean, one can ask the question why. There's obviously a reason why. Waratah bring the ball back in. Had their chance. Ball on the ground. Kirby. Fresh air shot. Motlop. Geez, had a lot of the football. Williams and Motlop have been sensational for the Pointers. Keep your eye on that player. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. Another minor score. So Pint, 6 behind, 6 trailing Waratah, 4-5-29. But they're still in it, you know, mathematically on the scoreboard. Short kick forward. 23 points. Pulling. Mark taken, the big man, the tall man, the rangy. Toby Hutt. He goes forward. Good tackle. Flip the ball out by hand. Point hard up against it defensively. Another handball. Motlop. He'll use all of his poise and experience. Slick handball. Running in to an open goal. Tumbles it forward. And
Another behind.
Another behind
for the Waratah. Or Waratah, I should just say.
Yeah, just
I do
Waratah.
apologise.
Yeah, that's all right. So 4-6. 4 straight. It's only 4 kicks.
Yeah.
30 plays 6.
Well, Pint would have the lead if they had have kicked straight.
Kick off the ground. Nice work. They haven't given up, the Pointers, but a few of them have certainly got a lift. Ahmed Scrow hasn't had much of the footy. It's not necessarily his day, even though the ball will be on the ground. Field umpire. Kirby. And guess who? McDonald. Kirby can't push him off the football. Kirby wins the tap. Gets it out nicely. The left foot grubbers it forward. I'm sure he didn't mean to. Point defend. Yeah, nice mark taken. The strength that time of Will Collis, and probably experience too. Ball on the ground, Brody Motlop. He'll go onto the left foot, swings around, taken to the ground, and a good free kick paid by the field umpire because took him to the ground. He took him on, Motlop. Called to play on. Onto the left boot. Over the back. Handball over to Motlop. So Williams and Motlop have just been outstanding for Pint. That's Stephen Motlop. No disrespect to Brody.
Absolutely not.
And Shannon's not playing. I saw him come in at half time. He was wet, so he was obviously not too bothered about the rain. McDonald in front. McDonald wins the tap defensively. Ball on the ground, in dispute. And running the ball over the boundary line that time, Nathan Nolan, who hasn't been too bad at all.
Yeah, but Waratah sneak one here, things could get
Well, I
pretty
think,
ugly,
yeah, I think you're right, even though there's still only 4 goals in it. Tossed in, boundary umpire, Waratah in defence, Hutt over the back. Dragged off the football. The big man over there in Hillis has been terrific, a tower of strength. Ball forward. Played on. Was he taken high in the tackle? Might have been. Not according to the field umpire. It was a good tackle, but I thought it was high. Anyway, the field umpiring has been exceptional in pretty tough conditions. Magro looking for the free kick. Well, look for the football. Don't hold the man. He's holding the football in. Magro, and working hard to deny him that. Point, get the clearance. Gee whiz. Too far out to score, methinks Ryan.
Backs himself though, so...
Well, it looks like he is, isn't it? Where's Kirby? We see Kirby there with his hands on his hips. No one down there to take a mark. Magro off the ground. Long kick forward over the back. Over the back. And a rush behind, or is it out of bounds?
Out of bounds, but Moncara, unfortunately, the ball was in the way, but went up for mark of the year. But dangerous signs for PINT right now. Needs something here.
It's Hutt. Ball falls clear. PINT. Over the back. Big chance here, PINT, to get some run. A fumble. Not good. Stole the footy. That was an early Christmas present that time for a terrific player in Alex Pulling. Pulling running to the interchange. Boundary umpire under pressure. Tosses the ball in. Well done in front. McDonald flips the ball around. Kirby. You get tackled by him, you're in trouble. He's a big man. His arms at least wrap around you. Ball came out in the tackle. Good effort. Good umpiring. Didn't try very hard to knock it out. Kirby. Where's McDonald? There he is. Comes into the picture. Kirby got the fingernail to it. Anchors. Courageous and clever. Anchors. Swings around onto the right boot. Ball again. Waratah have had most of the play, probably 80% of the football in their forward line, but the PINT defence has been up to it.
Yeah, it's good courage from PINT.
Oh, terrific. Yep, you're right.
Under pressure for a lot of this game, and to only concede the 4 goals.
15 minutes in. Still in this contest, the Pointers. Short throw in. The ruckmen are up to that, and they're ready for that. And running the ball out of bounds is Lachlan Cassidy, who's also been a good player for Waratah.
Just wondering who might burst through the pack here for PINT. Who's going to be the hero?
You're geeing them up, aren't you? We need PINT over the back. McDonald usually rucks, usually roves. That time he rucked and that time he flipped the ball out. His second efforts have just been outstanding. Waratah kicked the ball forward. PINT defence, working overtime. Clever. Round he goes. Onto the left foot. Kick falls short. I don't know why he didn't bomb it. It's wet weather conditions. Someone tell him it's wet weather conditions. Unless you're Stephen Motlop, who can kick with absolute precision. Motlop sees a teammate get the ball forward. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Flipped out. O'Sullivan, who was so good early in the game. In defence. Probably got enough on that. No incorrect disposal. Good shepherd off the ball. Oh. Even you could have paid that, right?
Oh, WWE style that was.
Yeah.
Ian, I reckon.
And so that's Mead Harding. Goes forward. Can they get a goal? Can they manufacture something? Waratah defence has been outstanding, as has PINT. And I think the scoreboard reflects that, doesn't it? 6 behinds to 4-6.
Absolutely. That just whenever the ball comes to the ground, it just feels like Waratah is just right there all the time at the moment. So,
but it is in the PINT forward line, left half forward. Hutt knocks it forward, kick off the ground, do anything, get it forward. Motlop. Dispossessed. Now, which way is he going to pay this? I reckon he took him on, Stephen Motlop. He did take him on, and a good free kick. Trying everything, Motlop. Don't blame him for that. Kick off the side of the boot. The Waratah skills are just a little bit better. Pushed in the side. Well played. Holt Fitz. Can't get it. He was tackled without the footy. Holt Fitz runs around. Kicks on goal. Distance an issue. No mark paid.
Around the body. It's a goal.
Ethan Penrith.
And that is the exact goal that PINT were looking for, Ian. It was a great goal as well. Around the body.
18 minutes into Q3, first goal.
Yeah. And 18 points the difference. How about that, Ian?
Yep.
You love that sort of symmetrical stuff. So that's for you, Ian.
Thank you. Mathematically, PINT well in this game, and I think that we did read that 28 points Waratah sitting on top of the table together with 3 other teams, and the Pointers in 5th position with snapping at their heels the Darwin Buffaloes. Buffaloes have got the bye this weekend, round 12. Buffaloes back, and of course Waratah will have PINT will have another bye before the season ends.
Yeah, massive finals implications at the moment.
Smythe, the chop out ruckman, pulling. They'll be smarting at this, Waratah. Over the back, Stephen Motlop. Been instrumental in the fight back. Harrison Marr. Marr on the left foot. Goes across the face of goal in defence. Back to Motlop. Motlop calls the ball, demands the football. Magro got him, but not to any great effect. This time it's Brad Ryan. Brad Ryan, centre half back. I know that because he's the right footer. His brother, the skipper, is the left footer. Similar in size and shape. Running hard after the football was Lewis Campbell Cossack, but the ball is out of bounds. But from the Pointers' perspective, even though we're closing in on 3/4 time, it's at the right end of the ground for them at right half forward.
Yeah, can't be too much time left with just the goal kicked in this term. Perhaps 21, 22 minutes in this term. The boundary umpire will call that one back.
The field umpire, yeah, it just didn't go in far enough. When Kirby and McDonald are in ruck, they recognise this boundary umpire doesn't throw it in long and they get short. But Smythe and Hutt don't spend too much time on the football. Running in onto the left foot, kick forward and a mark taken in the forward pocket.
Well, this will be a huge goal.
Matt Ryan.
Our man, he's missed a few shots tonight already.
By gee, if he gets this...
12 points, Ian. 12 points will be the difference. He's just got to trust his routine now.
Ryan, but he's right of centre, so at least it's okay for the left footer. It opens it up for the left footer. The skipper. Is it a captain's goal? Is it a captain's goal? He's missed 3. Ryan runs in very deliberately, in distance, and I reckon the field umpire goes back. It is Matt Ryan.
Absolutely. Massive goal for PINT. Huge. That is the captain's goal we've been looking for all game, and it's here. And it's right in the nick of time. We can only imagine there's probably about a minute and a half, maybe tops, in this term. But it sets up PINT for a great...
And that'll buoy them. The rain has stopped.
It has. You're absolutely right, Ian.
I know these things. I look out and there's nothing falling from the sky.
Yeah, we've already discussed it, but could be round 3 on repeat.
That was a point to PINT?
It was at Gardens Oval. Enemy territory for PINT, of course.
And this is enemy territory for Waratah too. So maybe. But nonetheless, Kirby gets the ball over the back, but only as far as PINT, who get the all-important clearance. Forward they go. Kick off the ground. That time by Holt Fitz. Running around hard, working well, is Lachlan Cassidy, who's been a good player. Pretty hard to see in here, isn't it? It's a bit dark. Cassidy goes forward. Hutt couldn't take the mark. Hard on his hammer was Smythe, and we'll have the boundary throw in. Probably those two will contest, Hutt and Smythe.
Yeah, but I think Shannon Motlop will be very pleased with this term. Get a couple of goals back, and there it is. It's 3/4 time here at DXC Arena. It is shaping up to be another thrilling matchup between these two sides. It's currently Waratah by 12 points, 4-6-30, leads PINT 2-6-18. Shaping to be an absolute classic, but we'll be right back after this short break.
Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference. Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Process. And do constructive talk. I know it's hard, we're not all from the same footy club, but we've come together for this. Show that passion at the MC Guernsey, get in their face.
Here at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Play their hearts out, and obviously it's not what we play, 6-6-6 and 7 on the bench, so it's a little bit different. But you know what? We can't ask for anything more. The girls put their body.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Round 12 of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season. The clash between first place Waratah and fifth place PINT. And Ian, we are going down to the wire.
Look, you're right. It was 2-1. PINT actually won that third quarter. They call that the premiership quarter. Not that they're quite at the premiership level yet, but we're round 12, and PINT probably need to win to secure a final spot. It's not the end of the world if they don't win, but certainly they won that quarter. They trailed by 12 points. They trailed by 7 points at quarter time, 16 at half time, and they moved up to only a 12-point deficit. So big Arnold Kirby, we see him hands on hips, which is his normal pose, and his direct opponent in the ruck will be, of course, Connor McDonald, and a bit will rest with that pair. But certainly PINT showed something in that third term. Well, I don't know what the words were that Shannon Motlop said to his team, but certainly they lifted. Here we go, the final quarter. This is the one. Kirby got a left hand to the football. Ball on the ground. Kick off the ground. Anything. Get the ball forward. They do get the ball forward. Waratah in attack. Pushed off the football. Hasn't had much of the ball, has he? This is our man Anthony Munkara. Big kick in that third term. And a nice, almost a specky mark. But almost don't win the chocolates, do they? You've got to catch it. Boundary umpire tosses it in. It will be short. It was short. In front. McDonald, he was awake up to it. Around off the left boot. Was the mark taken? No, can't be taken. Terrific effort there, that time by Joel Hillis once again. The pace, the foot pace. Waratah win it. They go inside by hand. O'Sullivan tries to beat three and doesn't beat three. Selfish football. PINT take the advantage. Away they go. Holt Fitz hasn't had a lot of the footy. Can play. Holt Fitz goes to Penrith, a goal kicker in the third term. Ethan Penrith.
Oh, there's a darting inboard. He wants to give this off.
Left of centre. He is a right footer. Lachlan Cassidy giving instructions. Penrith can reduce the margin to 6 points. Runs around. Kicks on goal. Over the back.
Oh.
And the mark taken. Benjamin Brett might be his first possession.
Might be, and it might be the most important one of the game at the moment.
So I'm not sure whether he's a left footer or a right footer because he hasn't had much of it, but it looks like he's a left footer. So he's right of centre, suits him nicely. We'll run around the corner, Stevie Johnson style. Benjamin Brett kicks the goal and gets his team within 6 points.
Well, I'm sure you heard the crowd reactions. They're up and about, and so is the team. Ian, it is just going to be one of those games. Of course, I believe in round 3 it was PINT who retook the lead late in that fourth quarter to take that win. So maybe a little bit of history repeating itself at the moment.
But we did say, even at half time, it was a 4-goal lead. It was a 4-goal lead to Waratah at half time. But we then did say it's only 4 goals, which is insurmountable in this sort of footy.
Yeah, you're right.
Once it dries up.
4 goals in dry conditions is easy peasy, but when it's like this, things are certainly made much tougher.
So up we go. McDonald got a fingernail to it, the tap, but Kirby, his effort was good. Munkara hasn't had much of it, tried to mark one-handed, drags his opponent off the football. That was Harrison Marr. Picked up Motlop, one of the better players, together with Warwick Williams. Handball inside, big Kirby. What's he done? Usually precise with the ball. Munkara let him down again. Picked up Waratah, running onto the football, kicking it to goal and hits the behind post. No.
Lachlan Cassidy, that was. One behind for the Tars.
So PINT inside a goal. No, there's 7 points now. That was a go behind to Tars. That's right. Here's the goal kicker. Benjamin Brett swings it around. Now the supporters are starting to get interested. Both players overran the football. That's clever footy. Kick the ball off the ground. Get it outside the defence. Tough football. Tough defence. The handball's got to be precise. Motlop.
Good
Motlop.
hands.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Courageously too, because the elephants were coming.
They were.
Will take his big 50.
And this is game-changing. Momentum has shifted.
He runs to the middle of the ground, measures one off.
Great ball.
And does it beautifully.
Excellent ball. Well done from Stephen Motlop. The awareness for the 50 and then just precise on a plate. Ian, on a plate.
Elliot Chalmers, usually reliable. Seen him play better, had more of a possession, but this is crucial. Get him within a point. 3-6 plays 4-7. The Pointers directly in front. Certainly distance not an issue. Accuracy is the main consideration. Touched on the line, touched inside the line. No. Goal.
Oh. Everyone was waiting on it. The tension was rising.
Well, the goal umpire was in perfect position. And the defence of Waratah, they touched the football, but clearly if they touch it and it's over the line, the ball's got to be completely over the line. Obviously it was. The goal umpire, as I said, in perfect position. Elliot Chalmers got his side within 1 point.
Wow. Who would have thought a game with finals implications would be this close in, but it's a crack of a game.
So instead of point being up by a point, Pointer down by a point.
Well, we're seeing both sides here.
We are too, yep.
Cracking game, cracking contest.
Kirby, McDonald, pushed off, kicked off the ground, anchors in the pulling direction. Overran the footy, Munkara, been ineffective. Picked up Partington. Such a reliable player, Luke Partington. Waratah, go by hand, nicely done. Outside by hand, nicely done again. And wonderful, courageous smother. That time, though, picked up by Will Collis. Collis goes forwards, and whoever, Stephen Motlop. Pint further forward. They'll do anything to get the ball forward. Hard over the football, slipped over. Oh, he threw that. Dead set through that. And correct decision by the field umpire. O'Sullivan. Not going to pick it up. Too far out to score. Kick and a half out, I reckon. Benjamin Smythe. The chop out ruckman. Big left foot. Goes for the high fly. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. Chip out. Well done. Collis swings onto the left boot. Outside defensive 50. As hard and as long as you like, but out of bounds on the full. And who's going to take it?
None other than the great Stephen Motlop. Shannon Motlop behind him, barking instructions.
Kick the goal, Stephen. Kick the goal, Stephen. He's only 4 kicks out. He had a crack at it. High kick. Couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Picked up that time. Didn't take the mark. Kick on goal. And they're in front. They are in front. Kyle Kirk.
What is going on, Ian? From no goals halfway through the third term, and they're in front, Ian.
Well, their first goal was at the 18-minute mark of Q3.
Jeez.
And subsequently, they've kicked 5.
Panic stations at Waratah at the moment, seeing a few head scratches on their bench at the moment. Not too sure what's actually gone on, but Pine have done really well to fight their way back into this one, Ian.
It's not over because we're only 8.5 minutes into Q4. Waratah trail by 5 points. 5-6-36 the Pointers, the home team, DXC Arena. Waratah 4-7-31. Kirby won it. Ball on the ground. Handball out. Another handball. Chopped off by Williams. Kick off the ground, which is what the doctor ordered. Waratah, they've got to shift a gear now. They've got to move a gear up, and the ball is out of bounds. And the ball is at the right end of the ground.
You're right, though. Tars do have to go up a gear now. Can they match Pint's energy?
Kirby in front. Knocks the ball forward. Looking for the teammate out there in Barty. Barty has a shot on goal. Well, not on goal, but got it forward. Waratah working their way forward. They trail. It's true. That's right. They trail by 5 points, Tars. Over the top. We've got a free kick here. Didn't quite see that, but it goes to Tars. Kirby. Kirby kicks on goal. Not with much precision. Kicked off the ground defensively. Running hard after the football that time. Dwayne Kiranua. Out of bounds. Throws his head back in angst.
Well,
but the boundary umpire rules, doesn't it? If she says it's out of bounds, it's out of bounds.
Bit of an update. St. Mary's will be licking their lips with this result. St. Mary's currently up 40-11 against Southern Districts. So a Waratah loss and a St. Mary's win.
Put Saints on top.
Exactly right.
High tackle in there. Pint get the clearance. On the outer. Switch. Looking for Williams. Wise move. Been a star. Warwick Williams. Going to go further across. That helps us. Pint. They're not making any groove forward, but a 50-metre penalty helps.
Oh, just a couple of crucial 50-metre penalties now against
Waratah
Stars.
are just getting a little bit excited here.
Scoreboard pressure just slowly ticking into their minds, I reckon.
And this is the brother of Brad Ryan. Nice long kick, which is what he should do. Get the ball forward. Get the ball forward. Out of bounds. But this time, Pint in attack. Right half forward.
Gee, you feel like just a goal here from Pint. It's just going to set this place alight. And knowing how low scoring it has been, could be a game winner.
Tossed in by the boundary umpire. The ruckman realised that that's going to be a long one. Kirby in front. Picked up that time. Waratah will get the clearance. Will Clark, been quiet, kicked 2 goals early. High tackle. Gee, they've got most of the free kicks, the umpires. They've been exemplary.
Yeah, I think especially in wet conditions, slip-ups do happen, and it's been good calling, though.
Yep.
Done really well tonight.
Harrison Marr. Can't waste time yet, only 12 minutes in. Marr swings onto the left foot. We see Holt. No, it's not Holt Fitz, it's Scrow. Ahmed Scrow kicks it forward and does it beautifully. Hasn't had much of it, but that time he had enough of it. And the man who kicked the goal that put them in front, I reckon he's got another shot on goal. They'll have to move him around a little bit, surely. Benjamin Brett.
Well, he's come from nowhere and he's suddenly the hero.
Well, if he kicks this, he's a hero. Benjamin Brett. He's a left footer. He's right of centre. We know he's a left footer because he kicked with his left the last time. We didn't know before that. So right of centre suits him. Benjamin Brett, within kiss distance, just crossed the paint of 50. Skips, runs in, kicks, and he's done it again.
Oh, he's a hero, Ian. He's a hero. Give him the label.
He's 4 goals so far to the Pointers, and that moves them into a handy position.
Incredible. Massive. What do the Tars have left in them, though?
Stephen Motlop.
Probably got about 10, 12 minutes left in this one, we would say.
So there's still plenty of time for Waratah. We said at half-time when Tars led by 4 goals that Pint, it's only 4 goals and Pint can get that back.
Precisely right.
Kirby, look at his position there, hands on hips. That's the pose of Arnold Kirby. If you don't know who it is, have a look at the pose. Waiting for the ball up. Drops his hands. Beaten by McDonald that time. Waratah, will they get the clearance? Running hard at the football was Hillis. Handballing back, but they're pushed back, but there's Hillis again. Kicked it, a grubber. Nothing in it. Good umpiring. Play on called the umpire. Nathan Nolan.
Oh, big call that one.
Will Collis gets himself, extricates himself. Tars slightly in attack. Big Kirby won the tap. Kicked off the ground and just too much that time for Lachlan Cassidy, who was so good early in the game. But Waratah had a number of players good early. Cassidy was one of them. Pulling was another one. Will Clark was another one. Got 2 early goals, one in the first, one in the second, but haven't been cited subsequent to that. The second half, of course, has belonged to the Pointers, particularly this last quarter. They've kicked 4 goals to 0. They're confident, the supporters, willing their team on. Over the back, some pressure.
Yeah, it just seems like Pint are just so much cleaner at the moment. Still seems like Waratah are playing like the weather it was in the second term, pouring down rain, but...
So they Mudlarks, Waratah, the Mudlarks. Over the back, well done. Fumble. Onto the left boot, kicks it forward. No, play on, called the umpire, and rightly so. They've been terrific, the umpires. No Tiggy Touchwood. Handball out, Kirby, the big man. Kicks forward, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Oh, whoever, Stephen Motlop, goes to the boundary line. It'll be interesting to see how the field umpire plays this. Wasn't under too much pressure, was he? And he did find the boundary line. Warwick Williams was there. Maybe they thought it was close enough, good enough. Obviously they did because there was no free kick paid. Kirby in front, both fresh air shot. Point, get the ball forward. 1-on-1. Point now seem to have the extra pace. Bending over the football. Lovely handball out. Kick forward. They didn't give in. They're paying the whistle, Point. They're waiting for the whistle. Holt Fitz has done nothing. Kicks the ball forward. Missed the goal. Ball on the ground. In dispute. Easy as you like. Oh. Should have swung around. I'm not sure whether he's a left footer. Should have swung around.
Number 17 just goes through for a behind.
So 6-7. That's an easy sum, isn't it? 2 goals. 17 minutes in. Big Kirby waiting. Wants to bang it forward, but Pint too good on the ground. Pint get the clearance. Over the back. Kicked off the ground that time and another behind. So that gives them the advantage, doesn't it?
Handy Point.
2 goals, 1 it is. Runs his full measure. Foster Gardner. And the ball has gone forward 60 metres, which is where they need to be.
Who's going to be the hero? Who's going to stand up for Tars? Seeing Magro standing in front by himself in the 50. It's got to get there, though. It's got to get there.
Someone's got to do it in a hurry, don't they? Because we're coming up to 18 minutes. Kirby, good umpiring in the ruck. Took him on. Play on called the umpire. He took him on and disposed of it incorrectly. The high tackle, I think. Too far out to score. Where's it going? Motlop giving his opinion. He says, bang it forward. And he does do that. A wonderful kick forward, a beauty. Ball on the ground, ball in dispute. Terrific effort there by Gardner. Gardner's second effort, very good in defence, working hard, working over. That's got rid of the football and a correct decision. Incorrect disposal. Connor McDonald trying to do everything. Will Collis gets it out wide. Alex pulling. Second effort good. Swings onto the right boot. Hutt knocks it into his team's advantage. Anchors. Don't kick it forward, Abe. You've only got 13 points behind. Series of handballs, and PINT have the ball. No mark taken. Second effort good. They want to win, PINT. They want to win. Working hard. I suppose both teams want to win, but PINT look more likely. Their desperation is good. Like that.
Good
like
hands.
that mark.
Well done.
That's a wonderful Harrison Marr, who was so good early in the game when they were struggling. Marr goes forward. Partington running down the clock. Coming up to time on. Partington goes forward. Not forward enough, but the boundary line. They found the boundary line, which is what they needed to do.
PINT will be loving this, of course, in the NTFL. Time does not stop when the ball's out of bounds. Got to get moving, Tars.
Little handball out. Kick off the ground. Clever. 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 Nice mark taken. Kyle Kirk. Kirk lays it off. Goes forward. And there he is. The skipper. Got the captain's goal. Got him going in the third quarter. Matt Ryan has a goal. As I said, got him going in the third quarter. After the opening one by Ethan Penrith. They didn't kick a goal until the 18-minute mark of the third quarter.
That's incredible.
And here they are, 6 goals later. The captain.
It's basically to seal the deal.
I think you're right. The captain, the left footer, runs in, crosses the paint of 50, kicks on goal, and misses everything. Missed everything. He's had a shocker in front, but he got a key one in the third quarter.
Gee, and it's not gone well there for Waratah on the exit. Just came off the side of the boot and stays inside 50 for PINT.
Waratah, it's 21.5 minutes into Q4. They are trailing by 13 points. You want to get the ball forward as far as you can. Can't kick a goal from centre half back. Kirby in front. Pushed off it by McDonald. Good contest. Not trying very hard to get that ball out. Kirby won the tap. Anchors trying to beat 3. Can't. Even Abe Anchors can't beat 3. Ball's in front. Ball's in the PINT forward line. Dragged off the footy. Free kick paid. Will Clark. Well, they've lost top spot, I reckon. They will lose top spot. I
believe so.
O'Sullivan. There it is. They have won. 4-7-31.
PINT 6-8-44. PINT from going to have 0 goals 18 minutes into the third term. Just when we thought, maybe there was maybe it was just going to fall Waratah's way, they came back, stormed home, and they claim another win against Waratah, Ian.
Well, 6 goals to 1 in the second half after the heavens second quarter. A credit, absolute credit to the coaching and to the endeavour and the attitude of the Pinters. Well done to them.
Absolutely. It just seems like PINT's finals position just may have just solidified just a little. We're not there yet, but they're just solidified. Well, more than likely will lose top. An incredible game Saturday night footy here at DXC Arena. Ian, Thank you so much for joining me, mate. It's been a pleasure. Thank you to all the viewers at home, and we look forward to seeing you in round 13.
Look forward to it.